Trendsite Media YouTube channel. We invite you to subscribe, like, comment and share. Master Herbert as usual. Back again with Mica Richards. Impressive reaction on William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes' performance, and Ian Wright's reaction on Leandro Trossard's red card versus Manchester City. Former English Premier League star and Manchester City defender Mica Richards was impressed by Arsenal duo Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba following the 2-2 dramatic Premier League draw against Manchester City. The Gunners delivered a fantastic performance at the Etihad Stadium on Sunday, and they looked on course for a victory before John Stones' late 98th-minute equalizer for the citizens. Arsenal played tremendously well, though they were down to 10 men at the interval. While speaking after the game, Mica Richards was impressed with what William Saliba, the France international defender, and Gabriel Magalhaes did. Mica Richards asserted that the two talented and skilled Arsenal defenders were unbelievable, depending on the fact that to defend like that for 45 minutes in the second period against the best team in the league is remarkable. The Gunners are currently fourth in the English Premier League standings with 11 points, 2 points behind Manchester City, who are positioned as the first place team. Mikel Arteta's side have registered 7 points from away games at Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City, and they should be proud of their efforts. Arsenal are now waiting to face Southampton and Leicester City in the English Premier League, and they have a chance to build momentum with successive wins. However, Arsenal legend Ian Wright has expressed his disappointment after Leandro Trossard was sent off before the first time, or before the half-time break against Man City. The Belgium international star picked up an early booking in the first half, and he was sent off before the interval for kicking the ball away after fouling Bernardo Silva. Speaking after the game, the former Arsenal star was very disappointed with Leandro Trossard's incident, of which he considered to be a poor play from him. Ian Wright further added that even so, the rest of Arsenal players performed unbelievably. It would have been an interesting match of 11 against 11. Arsenal were seeking for a superb win over Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, but they were handed a huge disadvantage with Leandro Trossard's red card. The Gunners were leading the game by 2-1 at the interval, and they tried their utmost to pick up a win, but John Stones' dramatic last-minute equalizer denied them a chance to move with all the 3 points to the Emirates Stadium. To Insight Media YouTube channel, just subscribe, like, comment and share. In Uganda we say subscribinga, likinga, belanga, or commentinga. Naye, that is Mica Richards' comments about William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. For him, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, they patterned well in the game which they played at the Etihad Stadium. Again, he said that if they continue doing like that, Arsenal will be a difficult team to play. Again, he said that they managed to play well for the whole 45 minutes, most especially in the second half, against the best team in the league, which is Manchester City. All you know, when someone talks about Manchester City, you can understand what Manchester City can do to any team in the English Premier League, even in UEFA Champions League. Manchester City is a very good team with talented players, with likes of Bernardo Silva, Haaland at the attacking force or on their striking line. They have players like Savinho, the Brazilian. They have other players like Kevin DB, though he was not available against Arsenal. They have players like Rodrigo, who was injured in the game, and others. When you face such a team with such talented players, you can test it. But Arsenal, with only 10 men, they managed to handle Manchester City. Manchester City were good at attacking, but the defense for Arsenal was solid enough not to allow them to score, though they managed to score 2 goals. If Arsenal defense and the midfield was not organized enough or was not strong enough, Arsenal would have conceded like 4 goals. But they managed to control the game with their players in the defense, that is William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. They had the midfield of Thomas Partey was available. They had players like Martinelli. They had players like Kai Havertz. They had players like Calafiori, players like Timber, who did whatever they can to see that Arsenal at least move from the Etihad Stadium with a point, which they managed to get. There is no doubt that Arsenal is not a strong team. Arsenal is a strong team according to what we saw yesterday at the Etihad Stadium. Arsenal were good at defending, and as you know that their defense is the best defense in the English Premier League this season. What is disappointing in the game? The game was not impressive because Arsenal focused more on defending than attacking. And Team Manchester City were not good enough as we expected them to play. Because for them, they were 11 players, but their opponents were only 10. Meaning that their major focus would have been attacking and then a little bit defending. If Manchester City, their focus was to attack, they would have come up with at least 2 goals. And the goal they scored during the last minute, it was just a rack. It was just God who granted them with that goal. Had it not God, Manchester City would have finished the game well, were defeated. Arsenal, they played as real professionals. Without fear, they were confident enough to handle the stronger team in the English Premier League. For Ian Wright, him expressed one disappointment, and this is according to how the game was handled by the referee, and he was much disappointed with Leandro Trossard's red card. Well, Ian Wright was commenting about that red card. He said that it was really a disappointed moment when Leandro Trossard received the red card, and it was a poor play for the Gunners star. Ian Wright was really convinced that if Arsenal had 11 players in the pitch, there is no doubt Arsenal would have won the game at least by 2-1, or they would have added another goal to make it 3. Again, he said that Arsenal players performed unbelievably. The list of Arsenal players minus Trossard, because the team, they had less players compared to their rivals, Manchester City. Let us wait to see how Arsenal will perform in their next matches. You never know, Arsenal may be winning those games and they climb up on the table as topping the ridge. Twinsight Media YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment and share. Master Herbert in the house with Mica Richards and Ian Wright's reaction about Arsenal versus Manchester City game. Remember that the game ended 2-2. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2 at the Etihad Stadium. Let us wait for their second match in the second round. We shall see who is who. Remember that last time or last season, Arsenal managed to grab 4 points from team Manchester City, though team Manchester City finished as cup holders. Yeah, Arsenal was just behind them. This time we don't know whether it will happen the same way or Arsenal will manage to top the English Premier League. We just wish them victory if they become organized and more focused on lifting up the trophy. The only weakness for Team Arsenal is the striking force, because Arsenal, they lack typical number 9 who can score at least 19 to 20 goals a season. And we saw it yesterday when Arsenal received a red card. If Arsenal had a player like Ivan Toney, they would have squeezed Manchester City, because Ivan Toney would have all the ball, would have tried to attack a run, because he's speedy enough, even is somehow strong. So if they had a player like that one, the story would have been different. But football is football. Anything can happen at any time. In football, it is very difficult to predict who is going to win, though you can do so. But sometimes winning the game, you need to be lucky enough to make it. So let us wait. We shall see how Arsenal and Manchester City will perform in their next matches. Nayenga byebyo on the side of Arteta and side of Pep Guardiola. Remember that Arteta was assistant coach for Pep Guardiola during his reign at the Etihad Stadium. Now, Arteta knows well how his great friend and his former boss, Pep Guardiola, how he performs. He knows some of his tactics, and almost Arsenal and Manchester City, they play a similar kind of football. And that's why you see when Arsenal face Manchester City, things become different, as most of us do not expect. Arsenal are well known for playing tic-tac football, and Manchester City too. But yesterday, the performance was really bad, due to the red card. But we request the English Premier League referees sometimes to leave those minor issues for the benefit of the game, because most of the spectators, they pay their money to watch football matches because they need to enjoy. But if you can see a similar game like that one of yesterday, most especially with such giant teams, things will not go fine at all. Referees just know what to do in the right time, make proper decisions. Yeah, that is how we can enjoy the game. To Insight Media YouTube channel, we say bye bye.